Douglas, and good evening from the News Center of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Welcome to News Desk, a production of news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. A 45-minute production about Liberia. In headlines, the Liberian Human Rights Group wants the legislature to reject NM bill seeking to remove 10 new positions as the invited head of the National Identification Registry and to Peters files a 13-count lawsuit against the executive branch. Joint Legislative Committee investigating the operations of China Union alarms over bad labor practices and violations of concession agreement with the government of Liberia. Head of NAFA Emma Glasgow submits to legislative investigation into allegations leveled against her, says they are politically motivated and intended to tarnish her hard-earned reputation. And off the home front, dozens of people shot dead at a mosque in Burkina Faso, according to the BBC. The detail of these plus many more, the active voices of the newsmakers, the news bulletins puts or package on tonight's edition of the program News Desk. We'll take a break to be back very shortly. Thank you for being there and welcome to the news bulletin with Olivia Bowen.
The United Methodist Human Rights Monitor has called on the legislature to oppose any proposed bill seeking to remove tenure positions within the executive branch of government. Jefferson Knight, the Monitor's program director, emphasized that these tenure positions were established to safeguard the independence of those holding them, thus shielding them from external influences. Speaking at a press conference in Monrovia, Knight asserted that if the government intends to remove individuals from these tenure positions, they must provide appropriate compensations. He alleged that the Unity Party led government's motive behind the proposed changes is to appease supporters who aided their election campaign. The executive director of the National Identification Registry, Andrew Peters, has initiated legal proceedings against the executive branch of the Liberian government. In a 13-count petition submitted to the Supreme Court, Peters seeks to prevent his removal from office by the executive. Peters alleged that the executive's attempt to appoint Edward Liberty in his place is illegal and unlawful. The petition asserts that Andrew Peters was appointed by President George Weah following the Board of Directors' recommendation after a thorough selection process. Peters is accusing President Joseph Boakai of disregarding the law by attempting to appoint Liberty. In response to the petition, according to reports, the Supreme Court has issued an order halting Liberty's appointment and preventing him from assuming the role of executive director at the National Identification Registry. The Legislative Committee investigating the operations of China Union in Liberia has alarmed over bad labor practices and violations of the concession agreement signed with the government of Liberia. The committee's ongoing probe followed a complaint by Representative for the Family about the company's blatant disregard for the Mineral Development Agreement, as well as bad labor practices against Liberian workers. The 2.6 billion United States dollars investment deal was signed in 2009 with the government of Liberia, capturing social economic benefits for the people of the concession areas among other benefits, something the company has reportedly failed to live up to. As a result of Representative Fambulas' recent complaint, the House's Joint Committee paid a sight-seeing visit to the China Union concession over the weekend in Bon County. During the lawmakers' visit, according to our reporter, it was established that the Bongman's hospital that should have been supported by China Union is yet to receive a dime for the past 5 years. Also, at the company's operations site, members of the legislative committee, including Representatives Samuel Brown, Eugene Coley, and Cody Family, saw the lack of safety gears for employees, poor sanitary condition, as well as top managerial positions being occupied by Chinese in violation of the concessions agreement. For their part, workers of China Union complained about bad labor practices, including low wages. The head of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority is calling for an investigation into allegations leveled against Paul. Addressing a joint press conference Monday with some members of the House's Committee on Maritime, Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries and Mines at NAFA's headquarters, Madame Emma Glasgow stated that only an independent probe into all the allegations against her character will settle the issues. The NAFA Director General is being accused of several acts, including illegal dismissal, among others, pointed out that she has been unfairly treated by those group of Liberians that are seeking the Director General's post at NAFA. She described the actions by some Liberians to defame her hard-earned reputation at NAFA as politically motivated and clarified that she has no intention to hold on as Director General illegally. Madam Glasgow said she is ready for negotiations if the executive sees it necessary in the interest of Liberia. Meanwhile, members of the House's Committee on Maritime, Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, and Mines told the media they were at NAFA for what they termed as acquaintance meeting. Representatives Yaket Koluba, Frank Safpoko, among other lawmakers, promised to get to the bottom of the numerous allegations as they plan to hold discussions with some former workers of NAFA who are claiming to have been illegally dismissed. They also promised to ensure that Madame Glasgow receives justice amidst all of the allegations against her character. A Liberian financial expert says the act of using both the Liberian and United States currencies interchangeably is damaging the country's economy. Jeffrey Thomas believes any amount remitted into the country should only be controlled by the national government. According to him, it is a serious challenge to see the country using two currencies at the same time in normal business transactions. Liberian business tycoon Thomas Flood Sr. is calling on graduates from vocational training schools in Liberia not to depend solely on the government for employment. The president and chief executive officer of the John Cowater Group of Investments said the government cannot employ all the workforce in Liberia. Thomas Flood, speaking over the weekend at the 72nd graduation of the Booker Washington Institute in Miami County, admonished the graduates to use the skills they have acquired to create jobs for themselves and others. He pledged his company's continuous support to the BWR internship program, noting that the John Cowater Group of Investment is providing job training opportunity for 30 students from BWR annually in various areas. The chairman of the Department of Forestry at the University of Liberia, Dr. Johnson Gipley, says the appointment of Rudolph Marep is as managing director of the Forestry Development Authority is a total violation of the forestry law of Liberia. Assistant Professor Gipley said Marep has no knowledge when it comes to the forestry sector. As such, his appointment at the FDA violates the law that established the institution. According to Dr. Gipley, past governments downplayed the law by appointing non-foresters as head of the entity, emphasizing that President Joseph Boakai, who he said has a background in the field of agriculture, should not follow the same path. Monsono County District #1 Community Watch Forum has launched a fundraising program to support the fight against crimes in rural Montserrado County. Speaking at the launch over the weekend at the Carisburg Public School, the coordinator of the Watch Forum, Julius Brown, outlined some of the challenges they face as members of the forum, including lack of essential tools to enhance their work, especially in arresting criminals. Brown added that criminal activities in the area are on the increase, something he said is preventing the free movement of people. The National Safety Partnership of Liberia has applauded the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency for embarking on an operation to raid the dealers and users of narcotic substances across the country. According to a NASAPA release, over the years, national government has left the criminal act unchecked, adding it significantly contributed to increase in drug abuse, especially among the young people. The release noted that the bad effect of the irregular trade and use is noticeable among adolescents everywhere in the country, adding that some of the youths that look good and serious about their upbringing and education have become delinquent to the point that they snatch wallets, purses, ICT gadgets, and even money while others burglarize homes and enterprises simply to support their bad lifestyles. The Reporters Association of Liberia has ended a day-long seminar for rural journalists in Nganda, Neighbor County. The training brought together about 70 journalists from Neighbor, Bong, Grand Bassa, Magipid, and Montserrado counties. The seminar described by the leadership of the RAL as a hallmark for professional journalism was conducted in partnership with Africa Development Management Associates and focused on reporting on the extractive sector. Away from Liberia, dozens of people have been shot dead at the mosque on the same day that a church was attacked, say the authorities in Burkina Faso. It was during early morning prayers that the gunmen surrounded the mosque in Natia Borni town. The victims were all Muslims, most of them men, a local resident told the AFP news agency. More than a third of Burkina Faso is currently under the control of Islamist insurgents. The attackers suspected to be Islamist fighters who also targeted soldiers and a self-defense militia stationed locally that same day. Well, Augustine, that's the news bulletin.
Bulletin with Olivia Bawon is a regular feature right here on News Desk. In one of our top stories we are following tonight, head of NAFA, Emma Glasgow, submits to legislative investigation into allegations leveled against her, says they are politically motivated and intended to tarnish her hard-earned reputation. Let's now bring you the voices of those behind the news. The United Methodist Human Rights Monitor has called on the legislature to oppose any proposed bills seeking to remove tenure positions within the executive branch of government. Jefferson Knight, the Monitor's program director, spoke to reporters in Monrovia.
Those are all wise people. That's the house of wisdom. People who are were elected to do the right thing. So once it's been that Senate position must be scrapped. But for me, I have a different view. I think the intent of the Senate position is to make those officers or heads of those institutions independent, more independent, do credible work, and to carry on their responsibilities without fear or favor or being dismissed or not. So by scrapping them because you want to satisfy people who supported you, it's wrong. Madam Salim, who is a well-trained Harvard graduate who has experience when it comes to the political landscape of our country, who governed our country for 12 years, saw me and other international experts and people, partners, said, look, we have to make some of these positions tenure so that those serving in those areas can have independence and can do the work without fear or favor of dismissal and what have you, so that the issue of governance can be the order of the day. So by you coming and want to scrap it, they want to certify your partisan or some other officers who support you, this is wrong. They should reject that. If they want to do a review, fine. Know that it can be amended. But to just scrap it automatically because you want to satisfy one group of people at the expense of the majority of the Liberian population is wrong. I think they should reject it or review it with a very sensitive and clever review of the process. And if he has some photos and other misgivings, and those can be looked into and see how some of those portions can be amended. But to see scrapping it will be creating serious chaos.
Jefferson Knight is the Monitor's director of the United Methodist Human Rights. The executive director of the National Identification Registry, Andrew Peters, has initiated legal proceedings against the executive branch of the Liberian government. In a 13-count petition submitted to the Supreme Court, Peters seeks to prevent his removal from office by the executive. Peters is accusing President Joseph Boakai of disregarding the law by attempting to appoint liberty. The Legislative Committee investigating the operations of China Union in Liberia has alarmed over bio-labor practices and violations of the construction agreement signed with the government of Liberia. The committee's ongoing probe followed a complaint by Representative Fode Famore about the company's blatant disregard for the Mineral Development Agreement as well as bio-labor practices against Liberian workers.
It was a scene of dissatisfaction and frustration on the faces of members of the House of Representatives when a high-power delegation paid a sightseeing visit to the concession of China Union upon seeing the working environment as a death trap for the workers. The visitation was prompted by Bon County District 7 Representative Fode Famore, who accused the company of bad labor practices and the company's failure to live up to the Mineral Development Agreement. Members of the high-power legislative delegation included Representative Sam Brown of Lima County, Eugene Coyle of Bon County, Sumo Moba of Montserrat County, Jerry Yobot of Montserrat County, P. Mark Druid of Maryland County and for the family of Bond County, among others. The sightseeing visit by the lawmakers was intended to gather information reported by representatives for the family to report to the plenary of the House of Representatives whether or not China Union is in compliance with the agreement since 2009. Here are the lawmakers with the medical director, Tia Moore, at the 100-bedroom Bond Mines Hospital where the sightseeing began. We have a lot of challenges here. I haven't seen China Union coming. They are not doing anything for the hospital. Sometimes they have patients on the mine, and then they bring their patients here. Sometimes we tell them nothing is available. They will go Kakata. No supply of medication. Even we don't have X-ray, we don't have ultrasound machine. Melvin Cooper is a worker at the company with this revelation about China Union's main operation side. One year for the screen. Then people come in, they get a new say, move to go for you. Well, go by, think about it. The chair of the Joint Committee Representative PMAG spoke to reporters following the conclusion of the day long trip. A lot of issues of non-compliance. We are very sad to state here that we met the hospital in a state that is not appreciative of us. We don't think things are working. And the medical officer there told us directly that China Union has no input into the hospital. This is sad to say. For the family is the lead advocate for the review of the China Union contractual agreement with these statements. China Union, they have refused to live up to the NDA. They have refused to face the role. They have refused to take care of the hospital. There's not a single school here been run by them. Issues of pollution, the issues of contracting only Chinese firm, the issues of Liberian not being employed in their senior management, like they were exercising their oversight right in their district. This place being former. Some of the things that has happened will not have happened. One. Two, the issue of government monitoring. Government has failed to monitor this concession. And by not monitoring this concession, it has created a lot of efficiency in the implementation of the concession. So you put government on one hand, the entities that are responsible on the other hand. With the current situation, Liberians working with the 2.6 billion Chinese concession being raised by a member of the 55th legislature could be considered a priority of business as usual under the Unity Party government of President Joseph Boakai, whose leadership style was being considered as new down for the people of Liberia, thus lending him to the presidency of Liberia. Reporting from China Union's concession company in Bond County, I'm Henson Delta for RSM News.
And to this development, a Liberian financial expert says the height of using both the Liberian and United States currencies interchangeably is damaging the country's economy. Jeffrey Toma believes an amount remitted into the country should only be controlled by the national government. He spoke to a reporter via mobile phone.
Liberia is not a territory of the United States. The idea of using the United States data and that of the Liberian data interchangeably, it is causing serious problem in our country. So my recommendation is that any other amount that is remitted into the country, it should be controlled by the government, and the equivalent of that money should be given to the Liberian in the Liberian currency. There's nowhere in the world where two currency will be used interchangeably to be able to get on in starting businesses in the country. So businesses should be done in local currency, that is the Liberian dollar, and whatsoever that is remitted into the country, the US dollar, it could be British pound, it could be Canadian dollar, it should be controlled by the Liberian government. And the equivalent of that money should be given to the recipients of the money that is remitted into the country. It will help the economy, it will help to grow our GDP, it will help to grow our GDP per capita. So those are things the government need to look at right now. Prices are all high is because of that. You know, Liberia is a capitalistic, a free enterprise system, and a mixed economy. And you know, economy is very difficult for government to control prices. The market forces is the one that determine prices. Government cannot control prices. Government has little or no control over prices. The market forces determine prices. So for prices to go down, we have to increase our local production. That's the only way. But other than that, rice price, so we got production in a free enterprise system are done by entrepreneurs. They are done by the citizens of the country. It's not done by government. So government cannot really control prices in that kind of an economy. So those are some of the things that our people need to understand, that there's a capitalistic, a free enterprise in a mixed economy.
A Liberian financial expert there in the United States, Jeffrey Toma. Whoever just tuned in, you're listening to the Monday, February 26, 2024 edition of the program News Desk, a production of news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. These are the top stories we are closely following tonight. Liberian Human Rights Group warns the legislature to reject any bill seeking to remove training positions as the invited head of the National Identification Registry, Andrew Peters, files a 13-count lawsuit against the executive branch. Joint Legislative Committee investigating the operations of China Union alarms over bad labor practices and violations of the concession agreement with the government of Liberia. Head of NAFA, Emma Glasgow, submits to legislative investigation into allegations leveled against Hall, says they are politically motivated and intended to tarnish her hard-earned reputation. And off the home front, dozens of people shot dead at a mosque in Burkina Faso, according to the BBC. To this development, Liberian business tycoon Thomas Floss Sr. is calling on graduates from vocational training schools in Liberia not to depend solely on the government for employment. The president and chief executive officer of the Jungle Water Group of Investment said the government cannot employ all the workforce in the country. Thomas Floss spoke over the weekend at the 72nd graduation of the Booker Washington Institute in Margibi County.
I encourage you not to depend solely on the government or Nigeria for employment, because the government cannot employ everyone. I admonish you to make use of your skill acquired to be an employer instead of seeking employment always. With your skill acquired, for example, in the daily trade, you can open a woodwork shop, a plumbing shop. If you are from the agriculture department, you can make use of gardening the soil and also supporting the green revolution. If you are from the mechanical trade, the workshop is waiting for you. The welding shop is there. Make use of it and hire 1 or 2 persons to train and work along with you. That's creating job opportunity. Everyone wishing to be successful today are showing a high level of commitment to what they do. It doesn't matter whether you succeed overnight or not. The commitment is the key. As an entrepreneur, always look around for opportunity that surrounds the challenges. You will face challenges in your journey or on the job, but instead remain focused on what you can possibly get out of the challenges. Giving back to our institution, BWR. In our little way of giving back to BWR for the opportunity provided us for the job training, which is carrying out part of the overall training of programs at BWR. I have supported and continue to support the ongoing job training program. My company has committed herself to providing similar opportunity for students of BWR every year. We train an average of over 30 students annually on the job in various areas. We encourage the Board of Trustees of the administration of this school to reinstitute the training program to its original 6-month internship program to enable the student to acquire more practical skill and training.
He reminds the president of the BWR Alumni Association, Thomas Parker, expressed the association's satisfaction in the workings of the current administration, headed by Dr. Harris Tano, and called on President Joseph Boakai to retain him at the institution.
We are convinced and satisfied with the level of work that this team will continue to do. We continue to keep the BWR column very high. Please let the president know that we are satisfied. And we will always continue to work along with him and his team to make sure that we reach to the level we are supposed to be. At the homecoming, there was an extraordinary section. And some decisions were made that we thought we want to share with you as chairman of the board. We remember at one of the board meetings, we were asked to work along with the administration to to see the possibility of making the class of 87 90 into the Alumni Association. Yesterday at the homecoming, the national organization agreed that this class will be admitted. So that later will be done during the national convention. We want to let you know that we have done work, and at the national convention we will make a decision. Thank you.
Thomas Packer there speaking on behalf of the Alumni Association of the BWR. And on the other side to Thomas Floss, Senior, the Liberian Business Tacon. Just before bringing sports right here on News Desk, the chairman of the Department of Forestry at the University of Liberia, Dr. Johnson Dibley, says the appointment of Rudolph Marek as managing director of the Forestry Development Authority is a total violation of the Forestry Law of Liberia. Assistant Professor Dibley said Marek has no knowledge when it comes to forestry sector. As such, his appointment at the FDA violates the law that established the institution. He wants President Joseph Human Bwaka rating of the appointment.
It's clear that the person to be managing director of FDA shall, they didn't say may, that law shall be professionally qualified in forestry. And when they say professionally qualified in forestry, they talk about scientific. Professionally qualified in forestry, the professional, the person who has a higher level of education and training in that area. So when they say professionally qualified in forestry, they talk about really qualified to have to be a master degree. So the president, that appointment, is totally in violation of the act. And he came, and we all listened to him, that he will govern Nigeria according to the rule of law. And the Forestry Act is a law which he has violated. But in our everyday level, for which most of us have been given the age and he has been government over 40 years, I think was an oversight. So you need to do something about it. Those that were involved in the protests, I didn't know that they were having protests. In fact, that day I was out of town as a member of the youth team that was sent to the Forestry Training Institute at FTR to harmonize the curriculum and having OU between the two institutions so that their students would come out from when the people I saw, students, nephew, and some graduated, and some were still in school. So it is important that you people have to come. On the 3rd of March 2023, the same Forestry Development Authority invited me to be the guest speaker on World Wildlife Day. It's celebrated all over the world, World Wildlife Day.
On the same time, Dr. Dibley is calling for the setting up of the board of directors that will be cloaked with the responsibility of vetting individuals to be appointed at the Forestry Development Authority.
It's simply calling the attention of the president to the right thing to be done. They didn't write the act, they were passing the law since December 20, 1976. That was when everybody was different. So we're simply calling attention to the act that, Mr. President, if something has gone wrong, because the act says the person should be professionally trained in forestry. And none of that mention of legal things, if you look at it, the act said there should be a board that will vet individuals and identify one to be appointed as managing director. As we speak now, there's no board. So in the first instance, someone can be appointed there as a managing director. The person, even the one we're talking about on the right appointment, the person will be acting.
Assistant Professor Dr. Johnson Dibley, they're speaking with nearly 10 minutes to closure town on News Desk. Let's now bring you sports right here with Naomi Tapia.
Good evening, Preston. Good evening, everyone. AIK Football Club has signed an agreement with Emmanuel Guno until December 31, 2024. They can record the Liberian International tested for AIK and was present in both training and playing practice matches during the 2024 preseason. The sporting director of AIK, Thomas Berson, urged members of the club on the official website to be patient with the striker as he disclosed that Guno is a player with enormous potential. In reaction to his recruitment by AIK, Guno stated that he's very happy to sign for AIK and expressed optimism that he will have better days at the club. Guno played for FC Cologne and Musca FC, now FC Cologne Liberia. He played a trial game for Italian club Udinese in the spring of 2023. He netted his first goal for the club in a friendly encounter on February 25, 2024 in a training match at Scottingham's RP against Coburg's BK. The Liberia Football Association has expressed sympathy over the passing of former executive committee member Henry Flomo. Flomo died recently in Ganta, Nima County while being rushed to a hospital. The former executive committee member had traveled to Nima County to attend a training program when Liberians heard the news of his death. Prior to being an executive committee member in 2018, he served as communication manager for the Soccer House. The Sports Writers Association of Liberia also expressed sympathy over the passing of Flomo, who served as their president between 2002 to 4. Flomo was a renowned sports reporter during his days at the Liberia Broadcasting System. Outgoing president of the Sports Writers Association of Liberia, Cordova Zizi, described the death of Henry Flomo as an irreplaceable loss to the institution. Lone Star head coach Marini Carr, who at the weekend announced a 30-man local provisional squad on Monday, conducted the first training section at the Samarkando Sports Complex in Painesville. The 3-day training camp, which will be held weekly, is part of the Lone Star's preparations for the upcoming 2025 AFCON preliminary round quarterfinals. Double fixtures against Djibouti. Gilbert Collins of Leicester FC and Momo Blamo of Shatter FC got a late call up to the squad, replacing Capital Jabu and Mark Sherman. Everton's penalty for breaching Premier League financial rules has been reduced from 10 points to 6 after an appeal. The club were immediately docked 10 points in November for breaking profit and sustainability rules in the 3-year period to 2021 to 2. The punishment, the biggest in Premier League history, dropped Everton from 14th to 19th in the table. The reduction lifts them from 17th to 15th, although the club is facing another possible points deduction. Everton, who admitted the breach, said they are satisfied with the reduction, though they now face an anxious wait after being charged in January, along with Nottingham Forest for alleged breaches in their accounts for 2022 to 3. That case must be heard by 8 April. However, any appeal could take that process to 24 May, the week after the season has concluded. That's all for our sports tips.
A feature of our news program. So this development, Montserrat County District 1 Community Watch Forum has launched a fundraising program to support the fight against crimes in rural Montserrat County. Speaking at the launch over the weekend at the Chrisborough Public School, the coordinator of the Watch Forum, Julius Brown, outlined challenges faced by members of the forum.
To build up the strength of our national security, we have to do what we are doing here. District 1 needs your support. District 1 needs your recognition as you have already said. But how do we go about? The DEA is not much seen in our district, especially the interior part of our district. The two cities in this place, in District 1, Kerosburg is one place that we still fighting to have the White Forum established. In doing this, the leadership in which we have communities, the community leaders, some of them are really reneging on being forceful in the establishment of the White Forum. And if I gave them the chance, you'll find out that our leaders from Todi, they will tell you the operation and function of the White Forum in those places. They will tell you our national police from here, the only police station on that side, beside the one that is to Morris's farm in Morris's farm there, near Kakata. The one in Bentonville, our district, District 1, needs your help and support. That's why we say fundraising. As Rotary people at the back of our letters, you'll find out the list of items that we need. It is there. White Forum does not carry arms, but we carry some accessories to fight criminals. Those accessories, some of them are listed there. Terrorist threat is getting worse. Tony is counting. Terrorist threat is getting worse. What Tony is counting because the Tony leadership is helping us. But so, with the difficulty that we are catching in terrorist threat here to be established, we need you, our leadership in terrorist threat, together with the help of our police, to establish the White Forum in terrorist threat.
Also speaking, the Deputy Police Commander of the District, Thomas Way, commended the organizers of the forum, thereby urging them to remain peaceful while performing their duties.
Like what the leader says, we need our bathroom, we need handcuffs. Sometimes we test to the extent that if we are not carrying caught, it can escape us. Because sometimes one or two men will be on his or her feet, when it's time for, sometimes they can overwhelm us. Sometimes they are 2, 3, and we wouldn't be present. You see, sometimes they overwhelm us. We don't have the logistics. We don't have car. The other day was giving something to witness, how to hold them. Sometimes some of the things are just the grace of God. It's difficult. So thank you for your work of volunteerism. Like I said, Abel Sofa was allowed to be here. He said I should send his thanks and appreciation to the leadership. He said he will meet with the leadership in a subsequent time. So thank you. Our officers are open to work with you. Our phones are open to work with you. Our legal resources are available to work with you.
Thomas Way there speaking there at the Kisbury. That's the Kisbury Public School. On that note, that's how I love to leave you on this presentation of the program News Desk. It's been the production of news about Liberia, Africa, and our one word. Just before we leave you, the top stories we closely followed tonight. Liberian Human Rights Group warns the legislature to reject any bill seeking to remove 10 positions as the invited head of the National Identification Registry, Andrew Peters, filed a 13-count lawsuit against the executive branch. Joint Legislative Committee investigating the operations of China Union alarms over bad labor practices and violations of the concession agreement with the government of Liberia. Nafar Emma Glasgow submits to legislative investigation into allegations leveled against her, said they are politically motivated and intended to tarnish for her earned reputation. And off the home front, dozens of people shot dead at a mosque in Burkina Faso, according to the BBC. We'd love to say thanks to you for your listening role. Thanks to all of our reporters, correspondents, and contributors for making this edition air sources. Thanks as well to our affiliate radio stations, especially Truth FM 96.9 in Saklipianima County, Radio Bashu in Weada Maigibi County, and Radio Maigibi in Kakata Maigibi County as well for reading our news and other frequencies across the country. My name is Augustine. I presented Johnson Batoma, Sara Control, and coordinated the sound aspect. Now, Ben Tapia brought you sports. Olivia Bound read the news bulletin. Toban brought us live on Truth FM Real TV page. To have a pleasant night.
I would like to fund my account at any time, even here.
Right here, right now.
Here too!
Without moving an inch.
Here will be just perfect.
Henceforth, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account and vice versa directly from your mobile phone. A simple and fast solution that is always available to ensure a permanent access to your Orange Money services. Anywhere, anytime, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account from your mobile phone to cash out, to recharge, to transfer, to pay, to buy. To subscribe to this service, go to your bank branch office partner to the Orange Money service. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Your family members abroad need to send you money? Worry no more. Henceforth, receive your international money transfers from Europe, USA, and South Africa made via Western Union, MoneyGram, and many more directly into your Orange Money account. At Orange Money, we are family.
Orange Money.
With Orange Money, I can send money to my buying ganta. With Orange Money, I can send money to my mind lofa. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. If you want pay for LEC or pay your school fee, brother, you can use Orange Money. If you want buy your credit or pay your taxes, sister, you can use Orange Money. Oh. Check that star 144 hash. 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 Tell me who I put for. Where my Orange Money, yo. I can pay my LEC bills. You see Orange Money, yo. Tell me who I put for. Where my Orange Money, yo. I can pay my LEC bills.
Orange.
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.